You think tofu is Chinese? Not this radioactive Indonesian variant. It's so unique, the FDA would classify it as a biological hazard. Tag a friend with a cast iron stomach. Indonesia is overflowing with tofu, but judging by that swamp water marinade, can you guess the variety? You got it, stinky tofu. Tag a friend who treats expiration dates like suggestions. This stinky tofu looks innocent but smells like straight tear gas. We followed the toxic fumes right to this luxury dungeon. Tag a bro with zero survival instincts. You see a sketchy basement? I see a high-tech lab. This is a professional-grade diarrhea factory operating at peak efficiency. Tag a friend with a cast-iron stomach. We grind and steam the beans with absolute hospital-grade sterility. Then we press the protein into these pristine white blocks, utilizing strictly organic, locally sourced flour seasonings. We use fermented sludge to solidify the mix and a grill rack to slice. But the real MVP is this dismantled fan guard acting as a strainer. Tag a friend with an iron stomach. This tofu looks boring, but these culinary wizards are resourceful. They just scoop up whatever sludge is most abundant nearby. 3 seconds to guess the secret ingredient. You're wrong. That isn't trash, it's artisanal polymer fuel. Basically unrecyclable plastic imported to season the tofu with those sweet toxic fumes. Tag a friend with lungs of steel. We're cooking with burning polymers to serve up invisible microplastics and dioxins. It's a flavorless chemical cocktail. Tag a friend who is strictly organic. It offers irreplaceable emotional damage. One bite of this sludge lodges in your kidneys and lungs for a lifetime of companionship. If you prefer ingredients with a kick. Now we enter the master's domain, artisanal secondhand smoke infusion. One guy tried writing a poem about this ash-seasoned tofu, but died before finishing the rhyme. Tag a bro with iron lungs. This tofu is cheap, plump, and honestly delicious. It's such a staple that even knowing the sketchy origin, people still crave this FDA-approved mystery. Tag a friend with zero survival instincts. Why pay for firewood when garbage is free? It's the ultimate budget hack, burning literal trash to keep the business running. Tag a friend who loves that smoky plastic flavor. They lock the doors so you don't see the secret sauce. Ignorance is bliss. You can't worry about health standards if you starve to death first. Tag a friend with a cast iron stomach. Survival first, long-term health later. Nobody chooses to cook in a radioactive dungeon, but sadly, having options is a luxury. Tag a friend who'd eat this glowing sludge. Most people can't survive this. You legally have to buy your bestie this frozen tetanus pop. Even with an iron stomach, this rusty biohazard is sending you straight to the emergency room. That Snow White laundry detergent garnish guarantees you'll float straight to the afterlife. Tag a bro with a death wish to try this new deli special, featuring premium tricycle ice. When it's scorching, this cone is the ultimate coolant. It gives you chills just watching the process, thanks to that ancestral, zero-glove technology. Tag a friend with iron guts. This view makes my sphincter tremble. He's dumping in industrial road salt to sanitize the sludge. Tag a friend who craves that FDA-approved chemical seasoning. Worried about vitamins? He adds red brick for that essential mineral crunch. The paper layer just locks the construction-grade grit inside the sludge. Tag a friend who eats drywall. Now he pours that yellow sludge into these rusty steel molds. That black residue is just extra flavor seasoning. Tag a friend who needs a tetanus shot immediately. If it's yellow, it's basically a salad. The flying health inspectors just landed for quality control, and the boss added a prayer buff for extra poison resistance. Tag a bro who'd actually survive this. The chef customizes the toxicity based on your build. Elite stomachs get the premium bacteria, but if you're weak, This is just a speed run to the afterlife. If your homie loves dessert, this is the ultimate final meal. Forget the FDA, one bite and you're meeting Jesus. Tag a friend with a death wish. Everything's edible once. He's massaging this sticky yellow bioweapon with 0 gloves. Feed this to the squad and watch your entire social circle vanish instantly. We're massaging in arm hair and dead skin for flavor. Then adding this cloudy syrup that has more biodiversity than the Ganges River. Tag a bro with an iron stomach. We've got that Vantablack oil, can't tell if the pan is dirty or the chef's soul is just rotten. Strain that fermented sludge through a crusty gym sock. That cloth is sporting a jaundice yellow hue that screams FDA compliant. He scrapes in some fingernail seasoning, dropping the payload into that stagnant oil bath. It's a silent symphony of salmonella sending you straight to Jesus. Tag a friend with a cast iron stomach. These donuts are clearly a biohazard, yet people are fighting to buy them. The secret is never changing the oil and selling leftovers until they fossilize. You walk in a foodie, but leave a martyr. We dunk these golden rings in a floor bucket of syrup to absorb that premium sidewalk seasoning. Tag a friend with a death wish. He gives the dough a sensual, glove-free massage. The constant frying is just a trick to hide that the shelf stock has been fermenting for days. Tag a friend who loves vintage snacks. Start with a pulse, end up totally numb. It's a once-in-a-lifetime meal, mostly because you won't survive for seconds. Too scared? Tag that buddy who always says I don't care for dinner. This would apple sludge is their destiny. It looks like a health code violation, but the prep is worse. Tag a friend you despise. He cracks the shell on dusty stairs for that extra floor spice seasoning. Into a basin unwashed since the 90s. We're marinating the salt with straight finger cultures, then adding sugar via tetanus blade. Tag a friend who needs a booster shot. He mashes the fruit with that crusty handle to liquefy your insides. He isn't chopping, he's just scrubbing the fingernail grime directly into the garnish. Tag a friend who is constipated. Add the spices and a squirt of mystery sludge from this heirloom bottle. He mixes it with his bare hand to lock in that hospital-grade sterility. Mix until it looks pre-digested, then pile that sludge back in. This guaranteed colon cleanser is ready. Tag a friend you secretly hate to try this. Treat your buddy to this artisanal Mumbai slushy. Admire that aggressive ice-crushing technique, spiked with enough mystery chemicals to glow in the dark. One sip guarantees a 3-day residency on the porcelain throne. You won't drink this, but tag a bro who needs a cleanse. He's crushing bare-handed Ganges ice inside a dirty tire to help the bacteria reach its full potential. Pour the biohazard sludge from this industrial chemical bucket. If your bro has an iron stomach, this expired milk is perfect. Too bad it's not quite toxic enough yet. The boss is stacked. Since this is the only edible ingredient, I'm adding the bare minimum to guarantee maximum gut rot. Tag a friend with good health insurance. If the color looks dull, just dump in that radioactive dye. It's 100% synthetic sludge, and the boss pours generously to guarantee immediate organ failure. He uses the rusty welding ladle to perfectly emulsify the bacteria with the toxins. Tag a buddy who needs a violent colon cleanse. If your buddy is bored, feed them this chickpea biohazard. It's so FDA approved they'll be moving their mattress into the bathroom tonight. Don't eat it, just tag a friend who needs to test their health insurance. We're deep in the diarrhea district where the chef wields a rusty tetanus blade. He flings actual hand sweat into the bowl for extra seasoning, then adds enough chili powder to guarantee a volcanic eruption in your bestie's lower intestine. Grab the welding ladle and toss in those vintage potatoes. We're deglazing with some foaming radioactive sludge to really max out the toxicity levels. Tag a bro who thinks he has an iron stomach. He uses a rag that looks like shredded underwear to dump the chickpeas. Add salt, masala, and a splash of 92-octane motor oil. Then he squeezes the lemons, washing that fingernail grime straight into the mix. He slaps that glowing sludge onto a newspaper. It's the ultimate 2-for-1, read the headlines while you eat, then use the wrapper as TP for the aftermath. Tag a friend who needs a factory reset. The chickens here have PTSD because the demand is savage. They torture the ingredients until this fried egg resembles a radioactive birthday cake. Tag a friend who needs a serious cholesterol check. He's cracking an entire generation of chickens into this wok, followed by 3 bricks of butter to ensure your arteries are sealed tighter than a bank vault. We toss in the mystery cubes and drown the eggs in a hot tub of grease. It looks like soup, but that's just eggs boiling in enough oil to lubricate a semi-truck. Tag a bro who needs a heavy-duty oil change. He's hand-massaging the butter for that artisanal bacteria flavor. We're evolving from eggs to a radioactive birthday cake. Tag a bro with a cast-iron stomach. He scrapes in a layer of cheese, probably adding some shaved hand skin for extra protein. Then he drains the grease by literally flinging hot oil onto the pedestrians. Look at that charred, golden brown health code violation. He flips it until crispy, then adds enough masala and lemon juice to legally count as medical sterilization. Tag a bro with a cast-iron stomach who'd survive a bite. Stacking layers of this radioactive sponge. That filling is straight from the reactor. Dump it on the greens, chop it up, and plate this biohazard with Michelin star precision. Nothing says flavor like a bare-handed deep tissue massage. Drown it in liquid cholesterol and swamp sludge for that radioactive shine. Tag a friend who needs an instant colon cleanse. These eggs have your arteries screaming, but the butter ensures immediate cardiac arrest. If you value your life, tag a buddy with an iron stomach to survive this greasy cholesterol bomb. This meal guarantees you'll find the meaning of life, mostly because you'll be meeting Jesus tonight. He fills a pan that has more craters than the moon. That handle is a taped-up antique held together by rust and prayers. Then, he adds 2 slices of carbon-dated charcoal bread. The toast camouflages with the pan's grime. Flip it to absorb those heavy metals. Is the egg done? Just use the patented finger thermometer. Tag a friend with a cast-iron stomach. Slap it on a cutting board so black it absorbs light. Wood or metal? Who knows? Wrapped in newspaper for that delicious lead ink seasoning. He instantly reloads the pan because that skillet is a historical artifact. Locals actually tried renting it to cure their iron deficiency, but he refused. Tag a friend who needs a little extra rust in their diet. Toast it on the fence until it's pure charcoal. Then, use this tetanus-coated shank to scrape off the burns and season it with fresh lockjaw. I'll slather on some high-fructose motor oil to seal in the rust. This prehistoric rig guarantees you'll skip work for the ER. Tag a coworker who needs a sick day. This isn't just breakfast, it's a high-speed colon cleanse guaranteed to get you sent home.